Hi, I'm Curtis Knight, and this mini clip is about your grand entrance. The grand entrance is very special in a lot of ways, but the most important way that it's special is that it sets the tone and it predetermines everyone's mood on the day of your celebration. If people come in jumping and spinning and kicking and it looks like the circus has come to town and everybody's laughing and it's really hysterically funny, that really lets everybody know this is a very fun, upbeat, exciting, loosey-goosey wedding, and I'm going to have a great time. If people simply walk in and they're watching the floor, trying to be careful that they don't trip, and they have a kind of a I'm nervous expression on their face, and I don't know exactly where I'm going, and I don't know where I'm supposed to be, and I think are we supposed to go over here? And they have that kind of squinty, almost look like the sun is too bright. I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go. If that's the way your celebration begins, it's difficult to get people in the right frame of mind, like, hey, I'm pretty at ease over here and I'm feeling good and I'm really glad that I got invited to this wedding. So one of the ways we make sure everybody says, wow, we only just got underway, but I'm really pumped. I'm really excited to be part of this. I'm glad I got invited to this wedding. Here's how we make sure that happens. When it's time for your grand entrance, typically you've been getting your pictures taken for an hour. Cocktail hour needs to last 1 hour and no longer. There's a reason why things are timed out as they are timed out on your wedding day. It's been about 100 years of upgrades and changes that wedding professionals have made to get us to where we are now. So cocktail hour will take an hour, and about 10 minutes before that hour is going to be over, I'm coming to find you. And I find the photographer, and if he or she is still shooting, I make eye contact, like, how much longer till I can have these people? Because we need to get you into the room on time. That's my job, and we do it very delicately. We don't push anybody, we don't rush anybody, but we make sure that people can see us. When you look over, you'll see that your DJ is there, and your humble professional is ready to take you, to line you up for the grand entrance. So then we take you to where you're going to be, outside the main doors. Grand entrances are different everywhere you go. Let's make believe we're in a hotel or in a function location where there are main doors out of the main ballroom that go out into the hallway, the foyer. So all your friends and family are inside and they're seated at their tables and they're doing chit-chats. It's coming toward the end of cocktail hour. Now we're outside the doors are closed, they can't see us and they can't hear us. It's time for me to line you up. So to line up a wedding party, you need to be aggressive if you're the humble DJ MC. And the reason we need to be aggressive is because your friends, if you're having a normal wedding, most of them have drinks in their hands and they're loud and they're chatting and hey, and they're telling stories and they're being goofy and they're excited and they're upbeat and they don't care about anything. They're just wild. So I need to get their attention. So I'll usually say something like, folks, if I could have your attention over here, everybody right here on me for 1 minute, everyone please, shh, need your attention. And the reason I do that so aggressively is I have to tell them where they're going and I have to tell them what they're doing and how they're doing it. And once I've done that, they're all going to be at ease and you're going to have a great grand entrance. So I'll start by saying, my name is Curtis. I'll be your humble cheerleader for the next few hours. Right now, I'm going to give you your pre-flight instructions so everybody knows where you are going and what you are doing. And when I end it with that phrase, where you are going and what you are doing, anybody who's kind of chatting a little bit, they stop and they listen. Because nobody wants to be a fool and nobody wants to ruin the grand entrance and nobody wants to have the doors open and not know where they're going. So now I go into my instructions and I say, I'm going to line you up in the order that I'm going to call you into the ballroom. I'm going to go over pronunciations. If I pronounce your name wrong, please tell me and I'll make a phonetical note on my sheet here. Once I have you all lined up, it's going to be time to begin the grand entrance. It's going to be very exciting and it's going to be very daunting to get you from here to where you need to go. And the reason is, I'm going to begin by saying, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family of John and Mary, welcome to the so-and-so ballroom of Holiday Inn. My name is Curtis. I'll be your humble servant for the next few hours. Right now, it's time for the grand entrance. Could I ask you all to please get up out of your seats and come to the edges of our dance floor. Everyone please, up out of your seats and come to the dance floor. Make a human circle of love around the edges of our dance floor. Everyone please, out of your seats. When you're a professional MC, you have to repeat everything over and over. That's how you get people to be compliant. If you say it one time, chances are very good they will not comply. And then your energy level and your electricity fizzles. So you continue to make your request. Everybody's getting up out of their seats and everybody's coming to the edge of the dance floor, making a human circle of love, shoulder to shoulder, left to right, around the edges of our dance floor. So now everybody's around the edges of the dance floor and the music is playing and it's loud for the grand entrance. We turn it down later on, but for the grand entrance, we turn it up and we stoke it. Not deafening, but exciting volume. So now, everybody's clapping their hands, and everybody's stamping their feet, and it's time to bring in the wedding party. I'm going to call your names. When you hear me call your names, the doors to the ballroom are going to open. Step through the door and stop. The photographer and the videographer, or maybe just the photographer is waiting on the other side of the door. They're going to want to take your picture. This is the first chance you're going to have today to give the bride and groom another present. This is time for you to make your pose. Whatever you're going to create, whatever you're going to do to have your special picture taken, the photographer is waiting, and as soon as you two come through the door and you stop, the photographer is going to take your picture, and then once your picture has been taken, you are going to proceed from there to the dance floor. On your way to the dance floor, this is where you do your routine. Step, 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 bump, bump, spin in a circle, jump up and down. I take my bouquet, my floral bouquet, I throw it to you, then you throw it back to me, and we relay back and forth all the way to the dance floor. Whatever you're going to come up with, get your routine down. As soon as I leave here, start working on it. All the friends and family are up around the edges of our dance floor. So you're going to bob and weave your way to the center of the dance floor. Then come as close as you can get to me. There's going to be a few people in front of me, but head toward me. And then when you get as far as you can get and as close as you can get to me, turn around so your back is to me and face the center of the dance floor. And as everybody keeps coming in, just continue that line, shoulder to shoulder, left to right. You're going to create a horseshoe or the letter C. So now we're all in a shoulder-to-shoulder, left-to-right line, and we're waiting for the all-new Mr. and Mrs. John and Mary Smith to come through the door. Everybody stay where you are, clap your hands, and stamp your feet. And then I'm going to say, here they are for the first time as husband and wife, New England's newest married couple, Mr. and Mrs. John and Mary Smith. The doors are going to open. In come John and Mary. You can hold hands. You can hold your hands high. You can come in riding piggyback. You can do anything you'd like if you'd like to create a spectacle that people will never forget. You're going to come to the center of the dance floor, and I'll say, John and Mary, Mary and John, their new magical adventure begins with their first dance as husband and wife. And you two go straight to the center of the dance floor, go into your embrace. Your first dance will already be playing, and you begin to dance. All the rest of you, stay at the edge of the dance floor and just watch. At about 1 minute and 20 seconds after the first verse and chorus, I'm going to say, right now, at the request of our bride and groom, everyone and anyone who would like to share in the love, please join us on the dance floor now. Everyone, please join us. And then everyone will step onto the dance floor and begin to dance. John and Mary, this will be your camouflage, and this will take the pressure off. Then you can really start to enjoy. Does everybody know where they're going and what they're doing? Any questions? All right, let's have some fun. Be wild and be crazy. Ho! And they all scream at the top of their lungs, and we're off and running for a very excited grand entrance.